And we're back. I'm Jack, your British go. Now, if you are seeing this video, it means my recording software has stopped playing up. I've recorded 3 videos this week so far and haven't been able to post a single one of them because it keeps screwing up and I can't go back and react to them because it's unauthentic. And it's annoyed me because it's videos I want to be weekly staples here on the channel. But anyway, we'll get that out of the way. We got the 2025 MLB Postseason preview. And as I'm saying this right now, I know the Tigers are playing, but I can't remember who they're playing. I don't know if any other games are going off right now, but I know the Tigers are currently playing. Anyway, let's go. These intros are getting bad.
The time of the baseball year is here. As we embark upon a wide open October, let's take a look at what you need to know about each team.
I need to know everything.
The World Series crown in 2024.
And I'll still stick it out that I generally do believe, as much as I'd love the Phillies to win, and I was so happy to see the Mets did not make the postseason, I still think the Blue Jays are going to win the World Series.
We'll start with the Dodgers, because at the start of the year, the
Ohtani.
widely held assumption was that this heavily stacked squad coming off a 2024 title would be unbeatable. It didn't exactly work out that way in the regular season. Though LA did wind up winning the NL West for the 12th time in the last 13 years.
Wow.
It didn't coast to
I didn't know that.
Dealing with injuries to the rotation, a slow start for Mookie Betts, and a beleaguered bullpen. But the Dodgers starting staff came together as advertised down the stretch and is in a much better position than the group that won it all a year ago. And with Mookie playing like Mookie again, Shohei Ohtani thriving in his two-way role, and the Dodgers loaded with October.
Who's the
experience,
picture?
The Dodgers have a real
Does
shot.
he begin with a Y? I don't want to say Yamamoto because that's probably a micro. But you know who I mean. Like, he was incredible. He was one of my favorite players I watched pitch this year.
Last year. And despite the challenge posed by losing Juan Soto in free agency, here they are again. With a power-packed lineup
probably nothing
led
like
by one of the
Yamamoto
greatest
either. I've just done a
right-handed hitters
racism.
of all time in Aaron Judge, and bolstered by the off-season addition of Cody Bellinger, a breakthrough year for Trent Grisham, and the great strides made by Ben Rice. The Bronx Bombers can still bang with the best of them. They are a major threat to turn games around.
I can't see them going far.
Over the fence at any point. And though losing Garrett Cole to Tommy John surgery was as big a blow as losing Soto, off-season acquisition Max Fried stepped into those ace shoes to lead a rotation that was among the best in baseball in the season's second half.
Fair play.
The Yankees still have what it takes to advance in a wide-open American League.
I don't
when
think so.
When the Yankees last won the World Series in 2009, it came at the expense of the then-defending champion Phillies. And all these years later, the Phils are still searching for that first World Series crown since 2008. This organization has moved heaven and earth and a ton of money.
I hope we do it, but I said I put my money on the Blue Jays.
Anchored by the power and pedigree of Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber. The Phillies have endured their second half challenges, losing ace Zach Wheeler for the rest of the season, and also navigating a late season injury to an igniter in Trey Turner. But the rotation currently fronted by Christopher Sanchez and Ranger Suarez is still a force. And in a sport in which the value of home field advantage can sometimes be overstated, there is no October environment quite like a loud and raucous.
I look forward to seeing it.
Speaking of great October environments,
and like I said before as well, like, you know, if the more you like and comment, the more money I earn, and that money will go to me going to America and see things like this with the Phillies and see other teams. Like that's the goal, that's the dream, man. Just to come over to America and just see how you guys do sports, because I think over here we think we're the best. I think we think we're the best crowds. But I don't know, when I see stuff like this, I think you might pip us sometimes.
Imagine what it'll be like when the Mariners take the field at T-Mobile Park. The M's just claimed the AL West for the first time since 2001.
Wow,
and though
okay.
they did advance to October for the first time in a generation in 2022, they had just a single postseason home game to show for it, getting swept by the rival Astros. This year, the Mariners outlasted the Stros, thanks in no small part to catcher Cal Raleigh's jaw-dropping. The home run derby champ is also MLB's home run champ. And he, along with Julio Rodriguez, leads a lineup that was augmented by in-season trades.
Would you say, though, and like I said, this is someone with zero knowledge, obviously he's absolutely smashing it, but I don't understand positioning yet, really, of baseball, and I think that's something we'll have to do while learning during the postseason and even afterwards. But is it more hyped up because he is a catcher I know he just broke a record or something, right? But like, is that why? If he was like a second baseman or something, would it be as amazing, or am I just reading into that too much?
Josh Naylor and Eugenio
Either way,
Suarez,
it's incredible.
and also includes established October hero.
Is there a position called the second baseman?
And with a rotation
or have I just made that up?
Peak and a bullpen filled with sick stuff, the Mariners have all the goods to reach the World Series stage for the first time in franchise history. The Brewers are another team searching for a franchise first World Series title, but Milwaukee is no stranger to October.
So, again, this is where I said I think the World Series will be the Brewers versus the Blue Jays, but I don't know if actually they can play. I haven't looked into actually the brackets or anything, so I don't know if they can actually play each other. But if they can, I think this is going to be the World. I think this is the World Series final. But I don't know if they can yet.
Impressively, the NL Central champs are on the October dance card for the 7th time in the last 8 seasons.
Nice.
They've got an old school skipper in Pat Murphy, who's got.
Oh, I like those colors.
In which 33-year-old.
I'm a sucker for the colors.
The wily veteran and a trail of 20-somethings put the ball in play, get on base, and put pressure on their opponents.
So you say they have a young
that
team?
with the typically terrific Brewers pitching staff, on which staff ace Freddie Peralta is one of the most underrated arms in MLB.
Okay.
And it will be interesting to see
I'll have a look at
if
Peralta.
this Brewers team, which shocked the baseball world with win streaks of 11 and 14 games this season, can get hot at the right time and advance within October for the first time since Milwaukee reached the NLCS in 2018. Speaking of franchises that date back to 1969 and are still searching for their first ring, let's progress to the Padres. They're in October for the 4th time in what we'll call the A.J. Preller era, an era in which their general manager has made trade after trade after trade like it's a bodily function.
Okay.
To date, the furthest the Padres have gone in this era was the NLCS in 2022. But they pushed the eventual champion Dodgers to the brink in last year's NLDS, and Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, Jackson Merrill, and company enter the postseason hungry.
I think from what I've heard, I don't think the Brewers can play the Blue Jays.
No,
wait, I don't know. We haven't seen the Blue Jays yet.
Preller made yet another go-for-it summer swap in landing ace reliever Mason Miller. This team has what looks to be the best bullpen setup of any of the postseason squads. No small thing in a tournament that has become increasingly relief-oriented.
I don't know anything about the Padres.
The Padres traded
look at
Joe
that.
Carter to the Blue Jays.
Beautiful kid.
And he wound up hitting a pretty big home run for Toronto in the World Series. The Jays went back-to-back in 1992 and 1993, but haven't been back to the Fall Classic since.
Wow.
Their era of contention centered around their newly minted $500 million man, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
What?
Has been around their newly minted $500 million man, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has been marked by...
I think that's one of my biggest surprises of since doing this and learning more about baseball, is the money in the game surprises me. Like, I was so surprised, even hearing that then. Wow. It shocks me.
But this year, the Blue Jays...
Probably because I don't...
Shaking off a last place finish from 2024...
I don't realise how popular it is. That makes sense. How popular I think it is, it's way more.
World Series MVP George Springer, and has a deep bench. A mid-season trade for 2020 AL Cy Young.
I think it's purely because this isn't a sport that
rotation for a team whose strengths might play
is over here at all.
Extending Guerrero took his free agency off the table, but that's not the case with the Cubs and Kyle Tucker. Chicago surrendered a lot of talent to get 1 year of control of Tucker, and he and breakthrough star
even the NFL
Armstrong
and NBA has
quite
like
a dynamic duo
highlight shows on
as the Cubs
main TV over here, but baseball doesn't at all.
It was a different story as the season wore on.
Super Bowls on
dealt with
free TV.
Injuries as the Brewers took over the NL Central. This is an offense that has shown it can run hot and cold, but when it's hot, it's very hot. The Cubbies punched their ticket to the postseason in Craig Counsell's second year at the helm, which gives them their chance to bring the World Series to the North Side for the first time since that curse-breaking run in 2016. The Red Sox broke a curse of their own in 2004, then went the distance.
It's more than 12 teams, isn't it?
2013 and 2018 to morph from a franchise that could never win it all to a franchise that couldn't stop winning it all. But with only one postseason appearance in the previous 6 years, the Fenway fans were getting restless. The
I
Red
think
Sox
I've confused
appeased them with
myself.
a big offseason trade, bringing in Garrett Crochet, only to frustrate them again with a mid-season salary dump that sent Rafael Devers to San Francisco.
Maybe it's not going to include
Despite that shocking
wild
swap,
card.
the Red Sox, sparked by
games.
rookie Roman Anthony, persevered to nab a playoff spot that puts former Astros champion Alex Bregman back in October and gives the Cy Young caliber Crochet and a resurgent relief ace in Aroldis Chapman the chance to personally swing a postseason series.
Nice.
The Tigers have one of baseball's best aces
Maybe
in
it does.
Tarek Skubal, who put this pitching chaos-fueled club on his back late in the 2024 season on a wild late-season run that reached the fifth.
I'll be honest, the
game
Tigers are a
of the
team I know
ALDS.
nothing
But in
about.
2025, that script was flipped, with the Tigers enduring a stunning and history-making September collapse. Still, they had done enough in the first half to earn themselves another October opportunity, another chance to end a franchise World Series title.
I actually quite like
dates
hearing
back
that.
to 1984.
They were good, then they
Spencer
were shit, but they're
Torkelson
still
finally
here.
living up to his first-round hype, and Gleyber Torres acquired in free agency, the Tigers' lineup runs deeper than it did a year ago. AJ Hinch has proven before that he knows how to pull the bullpen levers in October, and absolutely nobody wants to face Skubal, a candidate for his second straight Cy Young, in a short series. Cleveland enters October with the longest World Series title drought of any team in MLB, dating all the way
Are they the
back to
team playing the
1948.
Tigers right now?
That might seem a huge historical hill to climb, but tell that to a Guardians team that, as late as August 25th, was 2 games under 500 with a run differential of minus 59.
Wow.
Fueled in large measure by a rotation that kicked into gear when it counts, they went on a September run that was simply historic and even more surprising than their entry into the ALCS 1 year ago. So let's see what else this plucky, pitching, contact, and defense-oriented club.
Was it the Guardians
led
or
by
the
an
Cincinnati
increasingly
that,
clear
even though they were kind of
candidate
through,
in 5'8"
had a walk-off homer in the last
homegrown
game?
Dynamo Jose Ramirez can do? Maybe, to borrow a line from a famous film, they can win the whole freaking thing. The Reds aren't just trying to win their first World Series since 1990. They're trying to win their first playoff series since 1995.
Wow.
And their first playoff game.
Fuck Cincinnati though, we don't like them here on this
They
channel.
brought in a guy who has sure won his share, surprisingly coaxing 2-time World Series skipper Terry Francona out of retirement 1 year ago in an effort to turn around a team that had floundered the previous 4 seasons. With so much unproven talent in their Ellie De La Cruz-led lineup, the Reds struggled to get real traction in Francona's first year. But their terrific young rotation, centered around Hunter Green, Andrew Abbott, and Nick Lodolo,
I think it
kept
is the
them in
Guardians.
games
I'm trying
and
to,
kept
it's
them
obviously
in the
right
hunt.
there at the bottom
It
left
could
hand
also
corner.
make them a handful
But the writing
against
as,
other, more seasoned October squads, especially with the man we call Tito manning the switches.
Hey, fair enough. Look, that's our preview of all 12 post-season teams. I might do a video, maybe with a prediction, maybe, but like I said, I don't know enough to really do that. You know, if, like I said, if the Brewers and the Blue Jays can play each other, then to me that is the that's going to be the World Series. But maybe I'll have to have a look. Let me know what you think about down below. Let me know who you think is going to win the World Series. Let me know who you think is going to go far, who's going to flop. Hopefully the Dodgers. Let me know all what you think about that down there. And of course, we're down there. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe. And have a great day. Peace.